of dirt, and I'm going to actually plant some of these in my aero garden. These are the tools that came in there. Now this is the medicinal and tea herbs. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I was not expecting this. And this is by Organo Republic. Lord, I gotta get the company name right. So we got the cute little tools here that you need. This here put a hole down far enough for the seeds to be. But like I said, I'm actually going to use my aero garden, the little clippers. And then we got one more thing in here. This look like it just little pincher here. I'm old school. I just be using my hands. But some people, they don't like to use their hands. However you want to garden, that's how you're going to garden, in my opinion. I would put these outside, and you can put these outside. So this actually is really cool because it looks like what this barcode is going to do. It's actually going to show you the different growth zones. So let me grab my other phone and see. Now this is not my higher tech phone, so I don't even know. Ooh, the battery's dead almost. So I didn't even use this phone. Kari, what are you into? Alright, we'll take the camera. We're just going to hit this right quick. So this phone is so low tech, it doesn't even actually let me scan it. It's also on 2%, so that could be why. But here on the back here, you scan this little barcode and they kind of help you out. So grow zone is when you should plant certain plants. Each individual plant packet typically tells you, so here is what it is. So here's a grow zone, right? So grow zone is basically when you should and should not plant certain plants. Certain plants, you'll hear it oftentimes. It'll say, oh, you should only plant this plant in this direct sunlight, that it planted after the first frost. Hey, everybody coming in. So we're just unpackaging. I've been waiting on this. They actually sent more than I thought. So this is really great packaging, actually. Because in here, you see, it's not going to get wet in here. So these are all seeds. This is Organo Republic, and I ordered these because I can use these seed packets inside of my my soil pods for my hydroponic system. We got Italian basil, which I grow basil easily in the hydroponic system to the point that it actually overgrows the system. So I've been taking a break from growing basil. I actually took the two basil plants that grew really big and put them in a mason jar. We have anise, purple basil, Thai basil, bergamot. This is really cool, actually. This is actually my son's hair grease. And for me, I'm going to be honest, recently, I kind of been mixing natural life and not fully, but being totally transparent. It's really hard while I'm making things like I make hair oils and things of that nature. But sometimes you have to, you know, really you really have to study things that you're mixing. Certain things can't be mixed properly. Certain oils need to be certain ways. Hey, everybody coming in. We just doing an Amazon influencer unpackage. We've got this Organo Republic, which is an environmental responsible company that gives seeds, which everybody should have a garden, even if you have a small porch right now, even if you can just grow herbs. Okay, it is very, very important to understand that you should know how to garden. I understand people don't like pests, they don't like snakes, which are considered pests, but more snakes and stuff. But the time we're in, the type of weather we're having is changing, and everybody should really have, even if you are not going to even if you are not going to, you know, get a large bounty of anything, knowing how to understand a grow zone and things of that nature is very important. Like I said, I'm actually working on a book currently for grow zones, and it's going to be a coloring book. And it'll have like pictures of fruits and everything. It'll show like the grow zone. So getting back to this, we have dill, we have Italian dandelion. Now let's talk about dandelion. I actually use Traditional Medicines. That's a really good store brand that I like to use, that I know and have been using for a few years now. So dandelions can be found in your yard, but the issue is a lot of people spray their yards to kill dandelions. Dandelions are very good for you. They're a blood purifier. They detox. And when you do drink dandelion tea, you need to make sure you're kind of like hydrating, whether you want to use the fruit water method or just water with lemon or lime, or you know, a splash of something in the water to absorb the hydration of it. Dandelion's very good, but however, we have been trained to think that it's a weed. It's actually not a weed. Like I said, it's actually very good for people that want to purify their blood or detox their blood. Just a cup of dandelion tea, two dandelion teas a day is fine. But obviously when you're using like herbs, you want to wait 4 to 5 hours after prescribed medicine, especially if you're using an herb like say hibiscus, right? And you take blood pressure medicine, you want to wait 4 to 5 hours. Same thing with dandelion. Dandelion is very beneficial for a lot of things. It's very good. It's a toxic cleanser. It will literally clean. You'll see the difference. When I drink dandelion tea, I notice I urinate a lot, and that's the way that it expels those toxins from the body after drinking. We have cilantro. Cilantro is also very good. Not tasty also on tacos and stuff, but it's very good for your blood. It is. We have cilantro. Cilantro is also very good. Not tasty also on tacos and stuff, but it's very good for your blood. It is very good. It is very good. I done got it. So I haven't quite figured out the live thing on here, so I actually screen record videos as well as going live, because I thought my lives would show up on my main post, but they don't, and I don't know. Anyways, bishop flower. I need to look up some of these because I don't actually know a lot about bishop flower, but this is like why I kind of wanted this company to work with me, because it will actually help me in my master's program to look outside of different herbs as well. This is borage. We've got calendula. I love calendula. I have a lot of recipes with calendula in it. Calendula teas. My yoni steams have calendula in it. Not only that, I make my eczema oil is one of the ingredients is calendula as well. We got poppy seeds. Cape forget me not. I don't even know what this one is, so I'm gonna have to look some of these up. Caraway. I've never heard of this one either. Catnip. Catnip can actually be consumed by both cat and people. So then we have German chamomile. I love chamomile. Chamomile is great. Chamomile is also one of those safe herbs that kids can use in moderation. If you've got a kid that's super hyped up all the time, you can actually make them a little chamomile bath. I like to put oats in there as well. We've got curled chervil. I don't know about this one. Echinacea is very beneficial. I'm actually doing a study right now on echinacea, and actually echinacea works. It's a type of herb from current research that I've done that actually jumpstarts your immune system. So basically, if your immune system's kind of like sleeping, other than doing like the lymphatic drain, you can actually take echinacea and it'll push it to kind of like not immunosuppressant, but it's gonna push it to jump up and kind of give you some life there. We've got some fennel, hopsis. I've got to look this one up. I've seen this before. We've got English lavender. Lemon balm, love lemon balm. I found out about lemon balm when I lived in DC area and first got to the first DC. When I first got to DC and went into my first full black-owned herbal shop, they had lemon balm tea and they had lemongrass tea as well. I haven't seen lemongrass yet, but I will literally scream if it's in there. Lovage, I don't know about this one. I'm gonna have to Google this one. I've seen this one before. Marajam. I've seen this before, but I'm not 100% sure on what it is. Lemon mint. We've got mountain mint, peppermint. I might be making some cough drops here. Oregano. Y'all have been seeing oregano on TikTok. Y'all be, listen, you only supposed to be using oregano oil 14 days. 14 days, baby. Y'all over here be texting me about oregano oil. You should not be on oregano oil for a month. It is not a type of herb that you want to play around with. And at that, if you get pure oregano essential oil, you need to mix it with a carrier oil or you're going to burn. You're going to burn your skin. You're going to burn your mouth out. And I'm not being over dramatic. Like, you guys messaged me about certain herbs, and because you see them on TikTok shop, you've got to be careful with herbs. Herbs are no different than pharmaceuticals. You have to be careful. The difference between a pharmaceutical and an herb is a pharmaceutical is a stretched out molecule of these natural herbs here. Okay, so you can still have reactions just because everybody's getting on the bandwagon or whatever. And I hate to say that because I don't feel like people are getting on the bandwagon. For me, as an herbalist in the community, I feel like people are just waking up to more natural ways at how they take this vitamin. Why am I feeling all spruced up now? Okay, when it comes to oregano, do not play around with how you use oregano. It's not something that you should just be using continuously. Your body will then become dependent on it, and then when you really need oregano to come in and kill an infection or be antibacterial and come through for you, it doesn't work because you've been taking it for too long. Okay, Pansy, I love those. I'm probably gonna be like so happy this week because I'm gonna go and buy, I think, some small seed startlings, and I'm gonna go through here and I'm gonna see which ones that I can grow right before the fall. Rosemary, I'm gonna tell y'all about rosemary. Rosemary is an OG herb. Okay, say you got some hair loss, other than changing your diet with lowering the inflammation foods, things you can add: rosemary oil, add it to a little bit of castor oil, add it to a little bit of biotin oil, and rub it where you have those bald spots. But like I said, you want to cut down on those inflammation foods, because when you have inflammation in your body, it actually can stop your hair from growing. You know what I'm saying? So get that inflammation down. Use rosemary. You can even use rosemary water. Okay, that's simple. Using distilled water. Put some rosemary in there. Let it not boil. Okay, you never want to boil herbs. You want to let them sit in the boiled water. Once you remove the pan from the heat, let it soak. Use distilled water. Okay, let it soak in there, and then put it in the spray bottle. You can put it in the fridge, it'll last longer. Spray it. Okay, make a spray. You got an itch on your skin from a bug bite, rosemary oil. Sage, of course, everybody knows what sage is. This is just green sage. There's white sage. Summer savory. I'm going to try to grow some of these because Thanksgiving, you can use a lot of these for the turkey and stuff. Thyme. This is winter. White yarrow. I'm excited about this. I use yarrow in my eczema cream that I make. So I'm not really sure the difference between the yellow and the white yarrow, but I am ecstatic. Zinnias. I love zinnias. Okay, I'm gonna have the house looking crazy. So that is just this one here. That's the medicinable and the teas. Okay, that was Organo Republic. This is what we're reviewing. Okay, and I am gonna come back too, because I told you all about that aloe oil that I was using from the other company. I have actually been using it. I've been using it on my face. I've been using it on my son. We spend a lot of time outside, so you know, with this current water and stuff all the time going on with North Carolina, we have a hurricane coming. We try to spend as much time outside, and I actually use that aloe oil on my son once he takes his bath and everything, to help with those bug bites, if he gets bug bites from mosquitoes or anything, or the red ants. Okay, so this one here, this is perennial wildflower seed mix. Okay, this is 1 bag of seed, so this grows up to enough to cover a 400 square foot. Okay, this is just a mix. Okay, grow zones 1 to 6, 7 to 11, early spring, okay, or autumn months of September to December are most favorable. Okay, so this one I'm actually going to plant outside. I have a spot where I kind of want them to come up every year, and it's along the front of the house. We've got a side. Okay, so perennial, they're gonna come back. All right, and this one is not like the other one, so these are the little seeds for these, as y'all can see. Okay, this is what this looks like. This is what we're reviewing. Okay, I just want y'all, even if these are not medicinal, get some plants. Okay, plant some perennials, plant some wildflowers. Okay. All right, so you might think, oh well, that has nothing to do with food. No, it doesn't, but it fuels the insects that help keep our food going. Okay, these are great. Honeybees, you know, things that pollinate like wildflowers. Okay, make food for things that make food for us. Okay, because there's some shiesty stuff. We know there's shiesty stuff going on in the U.S. right now, right? All right, and then this is I'm super excited about. Okay, this is I'm about to be eating these again. Somebody put me on when I was vegan. Okay, I'm not vegan. The only meats that I do not partake in is pork. I don't try to eat it knowingly. If it's mixed in something and I don't know, I get upset. Sometimes I actually get sick. And that's why I don't actually eat pork. To each their own, but I'm gonna be honest, there's nothing wrong with you eating meat if you're doing it in the proper way. Okay, I definitely have 2 to 3 vegetables with my dinners and things like that. I'm not here to shame people. I think a lot of times people are like, you're a herbalist and you don't tell people they don't need to eat meat. There are certain times where I will tell people, if you have cancer, whatever, try not to eat meat at all if you can, or eat it every once in a while. Certain situations. So these here are micro greens, and you actually have to soak these and do these a different way. I believe that you can actually so it takes 5 to 12 days, it says, for these particular ones, and you can snip them and eat these. You just throw them in your salad. Okay, these are really good. I used to eat them, like I said, a lot when I was vegan. I like them in salads and stuff. I'm gonna make a few sheets of these. So these seeds need to be soaked. Some seeds need soaking methods. Okay, not all seeds need to be soaked. You know, some seeds need to be soaked. So these here, I'm trying to get a nice little amount of them. I'm actually going to try to grow these inside. So these are little, as you can see. What's wrong? And like I said, this is the Amazon influencer. That's what I am. I'm not going to lie to y'all about product. If product's not good, I really just like the mission behind them, harvesting stuff properly and and helping people and supplying. You see what they supply for their medicinal and tea herbs. So I'm super excited. I love anything plants. I used to actually collect house plants myself, and then with moving and stuff, I lost a lot of them actually. So I will be rebuilding. 1 minute. I will be rebuilding my plant collection, but this is a great start. Just want to give them a shout out, make sure y'all can see the name clearly. I'm also going to tag them on this post, so you know, as well, because like I said, I'm recording it because sometimes I don't really know how to run TikTok, so it's hard to go live. But I'm going to post this on all of my Birth by Nature platforms, which is both Facebook accounts. And right now, if you follow me, Birth by Nature, on Facebook, on the private group, and not just my business page, he wants milk. If you follow me on there, I'm actually going to be giving away a free downloaded copy of a book. It's not my book, but I'm actually going to be giving away a free downloaded copy of a book. It's not my book, but it's just a resource that I have that I think is very beneficial in the times that we are in currently. So I'm going to let y'all go because he wants to nurse. And then I will talk to y'all later.